Okay, in this lab, I've got some tasks to do. So what I have to do is create a window VM and then add web server role and do all stops and stop from the VM Azure portal to check status of the VM. Then I will add data disk to the existing VM and then create a snapshot and try it in another VM. Try to add text in temporary disk and start and stop. And then create a Linux VM, install any app and Nginx, check if it's all working fine. So I think I'll just create two virtual machines first. It's better if I start with two virtual machines first. So portal, I come here, probably just create two virtual machines first. Go to virtual machine. Actually three, because they said creating about one Linux as well. So go to virtual machine. I'll probably create a new one. Just say demo RSG. If I create this one, let's say demo VM1 Central US window 2016 username test user password @123 Okay, once I do that, maybe I just add port 80 as well in case, so I don't have to add the inbound rules. Next I got the disk, it's already done the premium. I can also do standard and standard SSD. Create a default network, that's no problem. Go to management, advanced tags, review and create. So that should pass the validation test. Okay, that's gonna create one of the machine. Okay, I'm gonna go to virtual machine and create another one. Virtual machine, add virtual machine. The one I created demo RSG, I can say demo VM2. Central US is the one we want, is alright. 2016 data center, we can change the size to this one. And then test user, and the password. Okay, probably choose 80 so we don't have to add an inbound rule. Next disk, same SSD, you can choose any. Networking, I will choose the default one, go there, advanced tags, review and create, so it'll do a validation check. Passed, okay, that's fine. And I'll create one more for Linux as well, just to make sure that I don't have to create multiple virtual machines. I mean, again and again. So for this lab, so add, go there, resource group demo SRG, you can say demo VM3 Central US. We want that open to one for the Linux one, that's fine. We want it with a password, we can say test user password @123. Okay, allow inbound SSH because it's Linux, it will come with SSH2. Disk is the C1. Networking will choose a default one. We can create one, but there's no need for one. And then we can also create, well, the rest is same. Let's see if we pass that one as well. Okay, let's create that one. Now let's go back to the virtual machines. So the first task is what? Create window VM, install web server, do all stops and starts from VM in Azure portal to check the status of the VM. Okay, so first thing they want us to do is to go to the VM and then install the web services. So if I go there and this one in there and then the test user and hit enter and then the password. Okay, this is gonna launch the VM machine. Come on. Okay, we have the machine now. Let's go to the web server. It should automatically open Server Manager. Let's open Server Manager. Add roles, Server Manager, click inventory data. Okay. You have to wait because it's going there. Come on. Come on, this slow. Okay. Go to next, next, next. All we need to choose is the web server and then add feature. Once we go next, 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 and then we can install that. Okay, it's gonna install the web servers. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to wait till it finishes. So this has completed. I'm gonna go close. And now we have the web services installed. You just want to make sure that it is installed. So if I copy this, go here, Control V, and that should work. Okay, that machine is working. We use the public IP, so which is fine. The next task he said was add data disk to the existing VM. Okay, do all stops and starts from VM in Azure portal to check the status. Before we do that, we need to do the stop and start. Okay, if we can do stop first, what I'm gonna do is close the machine first. Okay, I can do stop first. It says public IP address will be lost if this VM is stopped. So doing that, the IP address will be lost. So if we do that, right now it's 40113. Let's see what will come up. Would it change? Okay. I think stopping machine from the Azure portal, the status code to deallocate, and then this was the IP address which we used. So this should change. I don't know if it's gonna work here or not because we're stopping it, so that should not work. So it wouldn't work, okay. So the status has gone deallocated, and then that's the IP address. Let's stop it because it's stopping it, and I'll start it again once it's finished. Okay. See, the machine has stopped now, and the public IP, which was basically this one, just went to demo VM 1 p.m. Let's start the machine again. Let's see what the status will be. It's delocated now because we have stopped it from Azure portals. Let's start it again. And now the machine is. So now the machine has started. So it's running. So see, the IP address has changed now. So if I use this IP address, see, we have this one working. Okay, so one of the assignment is completed. What does it say until the next? So if we stop it or shut down it from the VM, we will see what is the status. So let's do it from the machine actually. There's another way to do it. We can do RDP and do download. And then in here, we can easily get it connected from here. So let's do it. Test user, and then 3. Okay. So if what we want to try to do is to see if we can shut down from here and see in Azure portal what will be the status. I believe it will be just the same, not deallocated because you can only do it from Azure portal. But let's just try it, see what it says. So if we go to here, come on, go to here and then do shutdown. So if we continue, choose a reason to merge. Okay, let's just do shutdown, see how the system is going to behave. Okay, and then go back to the system. And if we do that, we will refresh the system. Okay. So if we just shut it down from the virtual machine, the status just go to the stopped mode. Okay, it doesn't deallocate it, it's just simply stop it. So the public IT does not change when you stop it. It only changes if you actually stop it from the Azure portal. So let's just start the machine again. So now the machine has started, simple running, and with the same IP address. So all good, same, all good, no problem. What's the next step? Okay, we did all the status check. That's when add data disk to the existing VM. Okay, let's do that. That's the virtual machine. We want to go to the disks. And if you go to the disk, and if we have that premium, the one with the machine, so it's already there. I'm gonna create another machine in here. So let's just see. Okay, we go here, and then we say create a disk. So if we go here, we can say demo disk maybe. So if you go there, manage central US type, we just want a simple data type of that. So if you go there, default, and we'll just create it. Let's see if that works. So we just create in a 1024 gigabit. So let's see if we can add more hard disk to our virtual machine. So if we do that, let's see how is that gonna work. Da-da-da. So it has successfully created another machine, another hard disk now. Let's just make it save. So now we're gonna go to our virtual machine and see if the data disk is added. So, okay, let's go to our virtual machine. That's the public IT, the remote, and then add this in there. Test user. Once we do that, connect it. Okay. Okay, let's see if we have our hard disk in our virtual machine, if it's added or not. Okay. Just refresh it. That's the typical way we always do. Let's go to the C. Go to the PC and then, whoops, our machines is not there. Okay, why not? Let's see. Let's go to local server or all services. No, that's not the one. We go to file and storage, and then we go to our disk. Okay, we can see our disk here, but it's unknown, so we need to actually initialize it. Once we do that, we can go to then new volume, go to next, go to next, oops, go to next. Hey, that's fine, that's what we wanted. Go to next. We can give it any name we want to, just say we give it M, and then go to next, NTFS default new volume, or you can name it whatever you want. Next, and then say create. So it's gonna do all the creation for the disk. So let's see if we can do it. Okay. Come on. Okay, it's completed now. Let's just close this one, and then we go. Here we go. Our hard disk is added in there, which is good. That's what we wanted. So good. Let's go to the next step. Okay. Create a snapshot, and we wanted to another virtual machine. So we want to create the snapshot and create the other one. Okay, let's see how we can do it. Okay, that's the disk we have. Size. Okay, sorry, that's a resize. That's the disk we have. That's the one we created actually, didn't we? Yeah, we can also detach it too. Okay. Okay, let's see how can we do the snapshot of the disk. I believe we can do it both for operating system and the hard drive. So let's just try for this one first. So if we go here, so this is our OS drive. We can do is create a snapshot. If we can do this, go to demo, that's fine. So we can call it snapshot 0, and that's just how you want it. It doesn't really matter. I think we can do a standard HD, doesn't matter. And it says full, make a complete read-only, or increment it in whatever way you want it. Go to encryption, go to tags, just create it. So here we have created a snapshot. We can also create a hot shot for our hard drive, which we added, the extra disk which we added. So if we go back to the home virtual machine, I think it's the demo one hard disk we did. We can also do that with this one, I believe. So if we go in this, we can also go create snapshot. Demo honest, you can say snapshot 1. So in this one, I can also go to there and then just go encryption, tags, review, and create. So here we have created a snapshot of our data disk. So we got 2 snapshots now. So if we go to the well, you can see here how many snapshots we have. So we can say we got 2 disks in snapshot actually. We created this in test RG and demo RG, but it doesn't really matter, whatever you can do it. Do refresh, I think. Okay, East US. Shouldn't make that one in there, but it's okay. So yeah, we got a snapshot now. So this is how we can do snapshot. So now if you want to see if we can add this snapshot into another virtual machine. So if I go to demo VM2, go to the disks here, and here if I go add a data disk, I can go here, create disk, I can give it any name, demo VM disk 2. I go here, demo SRG, and if I do source type, I want to do snapshot. And then, if you remember, we created 2 snapshots. We can do 0 and we can do 1. We can probably do 1. And then if you go there, say create, this will create a snapshots of the disk, the one which we have created before. So we were able to do it, so which is good. We were able to do it. Try to add a text in temporary disk and start and stop the VM to check if the data is there. So they want us to create the file in temporary place and see if it's get deleted or not. Okay, let's try it. So how they want us to do is to where is that? So I want to go back to the virtual machine. Sorry, I have to save that first in order to see it. I'm gonna go back to the VM, go back to the first virtual machine demo VM. I'll connect that. Actually, it's already in there. So what is in there? If we add a file here, whatever is in there. So if it's there, we add all the gibberish stuff in there. What we want to do is if we close this, save it, and if we restart the machine, actually you stop it and then start it, we want to see if we actually be able to, would that file would be still there or no? I don't know. We will see. I believe this, as per the Microsoft, we never put anything important in our temporary storage, because if we stop and restart, we will lose the data. So let's see if we can do that. So let's see it. Actually, while that's happening, there is another assignment we have to do. Create Linux VM and install app Nginx, check if it's working. So while we have that, we can go to our virtual machine, go to the demo 3, which is the Linux one. So if we go here, and then we need to use putty for the Linux one. So if we paste it here, open it, do it as a login, so it was test user, and then password 1 2 3. We have to do this to get it working, and there were some instructions which we have to do. So what we have to do is we have to use this command in here, and then let's see what do we get, and then we install Nginx in that. Okay, once it will do that, fetching. Okay, and then we install this one in that and see if that's gonna get installed. Nginx, press Y and then hit enter. Come on. While that's happening, let's is it still what's going on? Did we stop it? I don't know. No, sorry, go back to virtual machine. I'm talking about demo VM 1. So stop deallocated now. Let's start it again just to see if we will have still data. But I just want to see where we are in terms of that. Okay, so let's just check if the Linux machine is working. We should have some message here. Just type it here. Come on. Yeah, that is up and running, so Nginx should be up and running. Let's just go to the machine first, demo one. We can come back to the virtual machine. So come here, we use this and go to the remote. Go here, and then test user. Over here, and then we need a password. Let's see if our file, the one we save in temporary storage, is there or not. Okay. Okay, we go to there. Oops, sorry, I opened it quite a bit. You see, that file has gone, so we never share anything in a storage one, so that worked fine. Okay, sorry, I just opened too many of them. Let's go back here. It should work actually. So, okay, we close this one now. Go to virtual machine. Go to virtual machine 3. Copy that. Okay, I don't know why it's not working. Let's try it again actually. Close this one, copy this, go to putty. You go to putty, paste this one in there. Say open. That's open now. I say test user. Okay, we do that, and then password @123. Sorry. Okay, that has worked. So if you do sudo apt update, if you do that, that should update all that. Okay, and the next command we do it after is sudo apt install nginx. Okay, if you do that, that should. What does it say? The following package will automatically install are no longer required. So basically, we have that installed. So that should work. To be honest, I don't know why would it not work. If I do localhost. It is working. Just don't know what's wrong with that. Linux Ubuntu, that should work though. Okay, I will come back to this part. I don't know what's wrong with that. So maybe, what if I try to redeploy? Would that work? Okay, what if I stop that and see if that will work? So it has stopped. I'll restart it and then I'll see if it will work actually. Because that should work normally. Operating system Linux standard deallocated. Okay. So it is working now. It has the IP address. So if I go to PuTTY, paste it in here, open that. Sorry, not this one. I have to go PuTTY. Okay, yes. Test user password 123. Okay, that does work. Let's just see if we can ping our curl google.com. Google, would it give us something? It's working. Yeah, it is working. That is working fine. It's maybe my internet, I don't know. Okay, I'll dig this a bit more, see what the problem is, but so far we did whatever we can, but I'll dig this one, what's problem with it, and I'll upload this video, no problem. Thank you. Bye.